Hi everyone, welcome to Miss Adams Teaches Romeo and Juliet. This video is focusing on Act 4, Scene 4, which is a very short scene, so this will be a very quick video. Let's get started. Tiny plot summary for a truly tiny scene. So this scene is all about wedding preparations. It opens with Lady Capulet talking to the nurse about fetching more spices and getting more things together. Capulet is massively on form. He's giving orders, he's getting excited, he's telling everyone what to do, he's looking for the food, he's looking for the decorations. It's very exciting. It's 3 in the morning, which shows just how kind of much pace and haste there's been again, that they've been up all night preparing for this wedding. And then at the very end of the scene, Capulet hears the music that tells us that Paris is arriving, because apparently that's the thing, people arrive with music. And so he's like, right, go wake up Juliet, let's get going. So what is this scene all about? It's so tiny. Like, what is the point of it being there? And I suppose there are 4 things that are worthy of comment. As always, pace. Yeah, this is a scene that feels chaotic in pace. There's so much shouting, there's so many exclamatives, people talking to servers about getting this, get that. It's all a kind of bustle, and I really think it's representing the kind of madness and the chaos that has led to the tragic fate of this couple, that if things had slowed down, we wouldn't be in the pickle that we're in now. There's also an interesting comment on relationships here, because there's just this little moment between him and Lady Capulet, where Lady Capulet is telling him, and the nurse is saying, look, go to bed, like you're going to end up being too tired. And Lady Capulet makes a comment about how he has been a mouse hunt in his time, which suggests this idea of man being out on the hunt, and then he calls her a jealous hood, which means a jealous woman. So in this moment, which is all meant to be about marital excitement, we're reminded of the unhappiness of their marriage, which perhaps is there to serve the purity of Romeo and Juliet. If we were feeling a bit, why, what is the point if they're just going to die, how miserable and depressing it all is, at this moment we are at least reminded that there is something pure in the way that they view each other, unlike the Capulets, who of course have had that contractual relationship that is a kind of mirror, I suppose, of Juliet's relationship with Paris. There's also a considerable amount of irony in this scene. Yes, of course, there's the dramatic irony that we know what's going on when they don't, of course. But in that moment at the end, where again he's calling for making haste, i.e. hurry up, be quick, he says, for the bridegroom has come already. He is talking about Paris. Notice the way that he's using present tense, as if they are already married. But of course, the bridegroom is come already, because Juliet is already married. The bridegroom is Romeo, and he has come to the house. He has already consummated his marriage, and now he's off. So there's a massive irony in that little moment towards the end. And actually, it's all heightened because of the juxtaposition. There's so much drama in this moment, in this sort of almost forced happiness wedged in between 2 scenes of absolute horror. Because if you think, we've just gone from Juliet's soliloquy, which is so truthful and so powerful and so painful, us sitting and watching her live through her fears. And then obviously the next scene is going to be when they find her supposedly dead. So the massive contrast or juxtaposition here is all about creating that dramatic tension. That's it. That's how quick the scene is. Obviously, this is about relationships. Capulet and Lady Capulet, Juliet and Paris, the way that they mirror each other, and the purity of Romeo and Juliet. Obviously, again, it's about haste. So much is about timing and pace. This scene, even just the fact that it is only, a handful of lines long, is a reflection of that. Big time patriarchal power. This is all about Capulet in control. It's more, it keeps this feeling that this is all about reclaiming status and doing everything the way that he wants to do it. It sings through this particular scene. But that really is it. Short little video because it's only a teeny tiny scene. Thank you so much for watching. Any questions, you know where to pop them in the comments. I will come back to you. Subscribe if you haven't already, please, because then you'll know when the next video is coming up along with everything else. Do have a look at my channel, see if there's anything else that is of use to you in the playlists. Otherwise, thank you so much. Happy revising.